I am beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Game number 202, Bakushō Jinsei 64 Mezase Risorto. Released exclusively in Japan in 1998, this game was developed and published by Taito. We played a game called Jinsei Game 64 back at Game 91, and while both are about the Game of Life board game, they aren't related. It basically translates to the game of life, aim to be the resort king. That other Jinsei game was super weird, so I'm expecting some wild stuff this time around too. I remember playing the game of life with my family growing up. Definitely remember that multicolored wheel you spin. Hopefully this is a good time. Let's get into it. Also, quick shout out to Who Was Phone from GameFAQs for writing translation guides for most of these Japanese N64 games. They've been incredibly helpful during this challenge, link in the description. So yeah, this is roughly the board game, the game of life. We just have to win a match to beat this game. There's not a story mode or anything like that. After entering my name, I had to choose my character. Well, how could I resist picking the monkey? Then I had to pick the opponents I'd be going against. I assume it's saying their age, then a bit of info about them. This baby has 170 IQ. Also, is this Billy Bob from that rival to Chuck E. Cheese Showbiz pizza place? We had one of those where I grew up, and it was awesome. I went to go against Billy Bob along with this cat and that 170 IQ baby. Then I had to pick which board we'd play on. There were 7 in total, a decent selection. There's the Arctic Town, Donut Town, Ice Town, Echo Mountain Town, Mount Fuji Town, Cactus Town, and Beverly Town. I just went with Arctic Town since it was first. It does a brief shuffling to determine the turn order, then we get into the game. The cat was up first. There's some dialogue they say, it's just generic stuff like, oh, it's my turn now, or they may talk trash or something, you know, like that. Whoa, 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 what's with this dice roll? Where's the colorful wheel spin? You know what? I should name these characters. The cat's name is Henry. Henry landed on a house space and decided to purchase it for 430 gold. I'm not sure what the AV3 means, maybe 3rd Avenue? I was up second. I have menu choices at the top from left to right. Etc. is where you go to save, next is data, which shows you stats on the game, the middle is dice, which will execute my dice roll, the 4th is sell, where I can go sell property or stocks I own, and the 5th is trade, where I can request something from another player. I landed on the card space, which activates a random event based on what you draw. It's being staffed by a clown. The rate I had to pay is 150 gold per hotel owned and 50 gold per shop. However, I don't own any property, so I received 500 gold. Heck yes. Okay, we've already established the bear's named Billy Bob. He landed on a house space, 2nd Avenue, and purchased it. Okay, now it's the baby's turn. It kind of reminds me of Bonk from Bonk's Adventure, so that's his name. Landed on another house space. That also says AV2. Okay, I don't know what that's for then. With all this house buying and talks of hotels, this seems more like Monopoly than life. Henry passed by the stock market, which forces you to stop. He decided to purchase 49 shares in Billy Bob Industries. Quite a risky investment. I think this is the card space they landed on. It causes an event to occur within the game. In this case, it seems to have caused the stock price of Billy Bob Industries and Henry LLC to fluctuate. So now my turn, I passed the stock market and I had no clue what the heck to do. It seems stocks are a huge way to make money in this game, so I had to buy something. I purchased 10 shares in Bonk Incorporated. I then landed on a house space, which I purchased since it seemed like everyone else was doing it. Oh yeah, how do you decide who wins this game anyway? Our goal is to build up 30,000 gold of personal wealth, or if somebody else goes bankrupt. You start with 5,000 each. For whatever reason, that purchase caused the price of Bonk Incorporated to increase. Oh, I see. When someone buys a certain stock, it goes up in value. Both Billy Bob and Bonk bought 49 shares of Thabco, causing the price to skyrocket. That card space from earlier is why the Henry LLC price lowered though. On Henry's next turn, he landed on a shop space, purchasing Cafe USA for 1240 gold. It showed a big celebration screen with confetti and a star. I think because of that purchase, the price of land increased in the highlighted regions. What's up with this Uncanny Valley bowl cut guy telling us this info? Dang, buying that shop caused Henry LLC to skyrocket in price. Guess I'm buying a drugstore. It's a pharmacy, right? right? The game kept progressing along like this when later, Bonk landed on Cafe USA, which had already been purchased by Henry. Because of this, Bonk had to pay a fee of 198 gold. I mean, presumably he got like some coffee or a nice muffin for it, right? Henry then landed on the bank space. You have to stop when you pass the bank, but he landed directly on it. Here, your finances are settled. You essentially receive all the income your properties have earned, pay taxes on that income. If you're still in profit after that, you pay some to your shareholders. You receive your own stock dividends, then you receive a bonus for making it all the way around the board. Since Henry landed directly on the bank, he received double bonus, earning a net profit of 727 gold. I only passed the bank, so I only got 325 gold. What a scam. After banking, I landed on a house owned by Henry. It said I had to pay 21 gold to park there. Also, I could force him to sell it to me by offering 3 times the price he paid for it, 1290 gold. I wasn't exactly sure why the price was so high at the time, so I declined. The text in this game scrolls past automatically, so I didn't have time to translate it. And before someone comments about it, I'm aware of the auto-translation plugin for RetroArch. 1, I don't like using emulators. 2, it looks super ugly, and I like to preserve the original gameplay for these videos. And 3, it uses Google Translate, which is not exactly accurate for Japanese anyway. That's why I use my phone to translate it myself. I'll take this time to talk about the graphics and audio. The graphics are pretty nice. The board design almost looks like a pop-up storybook. It's very colorful, and I think all the events look good too. The music's quite interesting. The music during gameplays, like, I don't know, yacht rock? You know, like Margaritaville or whatever. It's a vibe. On my next turn, it showed a scientist in a chaotic scene. I believe this is the guy running my drugstore. He said he found a breaking new product or something along those lines. We'd make even more profit now. I then rolled and landed on a barber shop. Only 940 gold? That's a steal. Oh my goodness, Thabeast stocks are soaring. And what do you know, Billy Bob immediately lands on the same space. Look at all that hair he has. That'll be 141 gold, buddy. Henry made it to the stock market later and bought 30 more shares of Billy Bob Industries, putting him only 57 gold to his name. That's quite risky. I landed on another vacant property, conveniently located directly beside one I already own. I'll be scooping that up. Dude, Billy Bob and Bonk both bought shares in Thabeast. The price is through the roof. So Henry decided to sell some of his holdings in Billy Bob Industries, probably because he only owned 42 gold. Because of this, the stock price went down. Oh snap, Bonk landed on the duty-free shop. He's gonna sell so much alcohol. Okay, seriously, who's buying from these places when they internationally travel? They sell like Gucci and designer brands. I never understood it. Henry's on the hunt. Billy Bob owned a house next to one of his and forced the sale for triple the price. Eminent domain or something like that. Bonk landed on a cake shop. I think most of the businesses had been purchased at this point. More importantly, the price of Bonk Incorporated was at an all-time high. And guess who I invested in? Here's Henry buying an ice cream shop. We apparently serve a lot of unhealthy foods in this town. Ooh, a random event at my barber shop? Wait, what's that? You shaved this guy's hair on accident and I have to pay him 45 gold? Dude, how can you screw up that badly? I landed on the barber shop and literally nothing happens. A wasted turn, I guess. It's not just me that gets these random events. Bonk had huge sales at the duty-free shop and got paid a bonus. You know, the random events in this are way less funny than that other Jinsei game. What, with the flying alien butts? Henry lost some money at the ice cream shop because a lot of his customers started dieting. You know what? I support it. A few turns later, Billy Bob put in a trade offer for one of my properties. About 200 over triple the price. You know, I really like this property. How about 7 times the price instead? I think he told me where to stick that offer. Oh, the immediate consequences of my actions. He landed on that dang house anyway, so he got to buy it for 200 less. Because he owned 3 adjacent properties, he could tear down all the homes there and now build a hotel. Well, Billy Bob's now scary. I landed on one of Henry's homes and forced a sale for 1404 gold. I now had 2 homes directly beside Billy Bob's new mega plot. Maybe that's good? Oh wait, it's doing that thing where it merges the 2 properties. I thought you needed 3. And there it is. After dumping nearly all of the Thabeast shares he owned, Billy Bob had enough to pay the huge price of $23.50 gold to build a hotel. I assume that's not good for the rest of us. I had an ace up my sleeve though. Billy Bob's stock had tanked, and I bought the dip. With that hotel, it nearly doubled in price. Henry had now forced a property sale from Bonk and was making way for the second hotel of the game. I think we're nearing the end game now. I dumped both my Billy Bob Industries and Bonk Incorporated stocks for huge gains, like an average of 70% increase in value. How unfortunate, Henry. I'm gonna force a sale on this gigantic plot of land you own. Too bad, buddy. I guess after so many turns, the creepy host guy holds a news conference to update us on the game status. He shows a graph of everyone's current wealth. You can see the huge change where I dropped in red rows. That's me buying that giant plot of land from Henry. But when you list it as a bar chart showing all our investments separated, yeah, I'm not doing so well here either. I need that hotel. I landed on the card space and it said I was holding a shareholder meeting. Everyone owning Thabeast stock was immediately teleported there. What the heck is going on at Billy Bob's hotel? I couldn't really follow this, but I think the guy was saying everyone gets free room service, which made him have to pay more. Bonk initiated the first trade of the game, a house near one of Henry's plots for a house near one of Bonk's plots, plus the gold to make it even money-wise. Seems like a good deal for both parties, and it was accepted. Okay, this was pretty wild. Bonk landed on Billy Bob's hotel, and even though he got a 30% discount, it cost 1,066 gold to stay there. Holy crap, I need a hotel. Oh shoot, it looks like it's literally raining money at the duty-free shop. Someone bought so much stuff. Oh wait, those were counterfeit bills. Well, get wrecked, Bonk. Bonk is now building a golf resort. If you're wondering why I haven't built a hotel, I think I don't have enough cash. Also, I didn't really know how to build one. The others had the host just prompt them to do it, so maybe if I had enough money it would do that to me. And Henry built a gardening hotel? I guess that's what this is. Oh, I see. You have to land on your hotel plot, then you get prompted to build one. Well, still don't have enough cash on hand. I need more people to get haircuts. On the next turn, we got a breaking update that the king was visiting. He's very rich and spends lots of money at hotels and shops. Okay, maybe this isn't a pharmacy after all. The scientist working here was saying something about "don't believe the lies." Then it showed him being taken away in a police car. Did he just have his Breaking Bad moment? Okay, finally. I dumped the rest of my stock and was able to build a hotel. I had to name it, so I called it Hotel. That's a good name, right? It seems to be some kind of art hotel, I guess? Oh geez, oh god, the king is rolling. Oh no! Oh my god, he was 1 tile away from my hotel. I can't believe it. I think for reaching a certain net worth, Henry was rewarded with a new car. Man, I want one of those. Well, here we go. Because I landed here and bought a cake, I was 10 gold in the hole. My only option was to sell a piece of my property for half price. Oh no, this is terrible. I sold the drugstore. Then came the most chaotic auction ever. Felt like the price was changing every single frame. Henry bought it for nearly 2,000 gold. There was a town expo being held and lots of tourists were visiting. The price of all hotel stays increased by 30% for the next few turns. Henry expanded his empire even further. He added a cake shop and a tea shop to his hotel. There's no way I can compete with that. Oh god, worst case scenario. I landed on Billy Bob's dang hotel and it's 30% more expensive. I definitely didn't have 824 gold to spare, so I had to get rid of another property. I sold the 2 connected empty lots and it was bought by Billy Bob. Now he owns that entire block. Yeah, the progress chart is not looking good at all. I'm in trouble. Ah, great, a card space. Maybe I'll get lucky. And we've all got to pay a climate tax. I'm starting to think this isn't the run. I had to sell the barber shop, and now I only had the hotel to my name, and no cash. Finally though, a ray of hope. Bonk landed on my hotel, and that's 935 gold in my pocket. It's a start. Haha, Billy Bob's hotel had flooding issues and had to close for 2 turns. Get wrecked, dude. And lucky for Bonk, he landed there on the very next turn. Dude, Henry's hotel is nuts. Now he's got a casino there? It's all or nothing now. I'm upgrading this hotel with a second pencil tower. And then it happened. I landed on Billy Bob's big old resort. They wanted more money than I had, and there was nothing I could do. I had to sell my hotel to cover the costs. Why couldn't I just stay at the Motel 6 instead? That was the end of my run. Unfortunately, I reset the console before I could see what happens when you lose. Next go at it, and Henry was the first to build a hotel. Same one Billy Bob had last game. I was keeping more of my money in stocks this time around because it was what the CPU did last game. Okay, I don't know what happened here. Maybe it's because I had the lot next to it, but I made the drugstore I owned a lot bigger. Now we're making baby blue twice as efficiently. Oh yeah, the colors were different this time because of the turn order. I was green. Billy Bob built the second hotel of the match. This one was having some property contentions. No one could get adjacent lots as easy as they did last time. They were all kind of segmented. Holy crap, there's an earthquake! Magnitude 5. That's pretty bad. The thing I don't understand about this little event though is why is there an airplane crashed on the sidewalk? How does the earth shaking make a plane fall? Anyway, any businesses people own are damaged and you have to pay some amount to repair them. Yeah, my my pharmacist got arrested again. We're closed for 2 days. Hey look, I made it to the second car this round. I still didn't have any adjacent plots though, so no chance at a hotel. My shops were the only thing keeping me going. Now the entire town is on strike. Why? I don't know. I think we didn't pay enough. Every business and hotel is closed for the next 3 days. This was wild too. No one landed on this plot of land for the entire game until I finally did after like 15 turns or so. That's unreal. Well, here's the downfall. I landed on Henry's hotel, and I have to pay nearly 4,000 gold on a single turn. Are you kidding me? This is ludicrous. I had stock to sell, but this hurts bad. It's not just me losing money, Henry gains that money too. Somehow there was a blizzard that rolled through in the middle of summer. No one wants to go out, so all shops and hotels are discounted by 30% to attract new customers. Okay, Bonk is at maximum capacity. He added a dang water park to his golf resort. It's considered a 5-star hotel now, and if you land there, well, it's probably GG. It turns out if you start to suck, you get put into a worse car. It's not my fault. Henry's hotel is a ripoff, dude. At least I finally landed on the other empty lot and had 2 adjacent ones. Dice rolls were not being kind to me. Oh no, Billy Bob, you landed at Bonk's resort. Have to pay 3.5 thousand, and that's with that 30% discount from the summer blizzard. Billy Bob had to sell everything. This time, it was me involved in the auction. Too bad they have way more cash than I do. I love how once it gets out of my price range, the bidding speeds up to like frame perfect bids again. Aw man, Bonk is driving a limousine now. Well, he did just buy up that hotel Billy Bob had to sell. Okay, here's something. I got the piggy bank event, which gives me 100 gold per lap I made around the board. A free 900 gold, heck yes. There goes all hope of getting a hotel this run. Henry just force bought one of my properties for 2.8 thousand gold. I mean, at least I have cash on hand? There's a bit of wealth inequality going on here. Billy Bob couldn't hold on any longer. He just couldn't resist staying at lavish resorts and lost it all. Wait, why is the host in this tunnel? Oh no, it seems Bonk has won. Yeah, he definitely hit the 30,000 mark that time. Dang it, man, this is kinda hard. It'd probably help if I could read, though. Maybe changing the map will be what I need. They actually all play quite differently, kind of like different boards in Mario Party. The last one was like 2 circles and a figure 8, this one is just one giant donut. This map also contains a new building, the tax office. If you land here, you have to pay 20% of your money to them. Bonk just lost 20% right at the start of the game. Get destroyed. To be fair, this does seem to be kind of a remote community compared to that last one. So, a tornado rolled through. Oh my god, it's a tornado. How did that airplane not die? Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! Okay, this is looking promising. No one has any hotels, and I'm sitting on top. This could be the run. And there it is. I got the first hotel of the game. That is so huge. It feels like getting one of these early just guarantees the win. Yeah, there we go. Bonk paying 438 gold. Wait till I build this baby up too. And here's Henry doing a 4-night stay at the Craft Hotel. 1,000 gold in my pocket, yes. Ooh, look at that fancy pyramid hotel Billy Bob is building. That's pretty sick. Absolutely obliterated. Billy Bob just dumped all of his stocks, then landed on the tax office. It only takes 20% of your cash on hand. Anything tied up in stocks or property investments is immune. Tough luck, buddy. At the second checkpoint, it was a close race between me and old Billy Bob. That pyramid hotel could end me. Heck yes, dude, we've got a 3-star hotel now. A black upside down pencil tower. What the heck is going on at my cake shop? That looks delicious, and you just drop it on the floor? Why aren't any of the strawberries falling off? Dude, big payday from Bonk, over 1,200 gold. So this was actually so huge. Bonk had a line of 4 properties, but never made enough to build on it. This forced him to sell, and guess who had all the cash to buy it up? Okay, I actually wrote that last line before watching the rest of the clip. What the heck, why did past me let him buy that? That's a fumble. Maybe it didn't matter. I've got a toy shop in my mega hotel now. I'm all in. Yes, dude. Billy Bob landed on it and had to pay 3.2 thousand gold. Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable. Hotels are so powerful, wow. He had to sell all of his assets other than the Pyramid Hotel to be able to afford it. He's done for. The others couldn't afford any of it, so I got all of it for the cheapest prices. I'm red and Billy Bob is yellow. You can see the exact moment he decided to take that lavish vacation. Shareholders aren't going to be happy about that one. A bowling alley to fill out the final piece of my hotel. I'd achieved 5 stars. As soon as someone lands there, it's over. Although, maybe it's not set in stone. Here's a new NPC, the Swindler. If this guy lands at your business, you pay him. That could actually be catastrophic. He never even got a turn though. Bonk really wanted to go bowling and, well, that's gonna cost you about 4,000 gold. And that was it. Thab had won the game of life? Monopoly? Life-poly? Yeah, whatever. It shows a bit of individual stats about each player. The credits didn't roll in this game. I'm not sure if there's some other way to make that happen, but I just had winning a match be my clear condition. But yeah, that's about all there is for this one. Game complete. So yeah, there you have it. My journey to beating Bakushō Jinsei 64 Mezase Resort O. This game's kinda weird, but aren't most of the Japanese exclusive titles? It didn't feel quite as wild as the other life board game we played, and there were no mini-games in this one either. But I thought it was cute. Like, it had a lot of character. It seems the game isn't super balanced though. Like, once you get the first hotel, it's really hard to lose. Maybe I just don't understand the game well enough, and there are ways to counter that. I like the chill vibes from it, and I could see this one being a bit of fun to play with friends like once or twice. Unfortunately, it's all in Japanese, and that kinda hurts the enjoyment of the game a lot since you can't read it. I really wish every single one of these games would get a fan translation patch someday. Maybe it'll happen. But yeah, I think it's worth giving a shot if you can deal with the language barrier. I gave Bakushō Jinsei 64 a 5 out of 10 for enjoyability and a 3.5 out of 10 for difficulty. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We had a randomized marble race to determine which game was next, so here's how that played out. Or skip to the timestamp on screen to skip straight to the game selection. Random track, The Circuit. Average time 15 minutes. Okay, we're not doing the circuit. Screw that. Few will survive. We're not doing a fifth. That's average time too. No. Let's see who we got here. NBA in the Zone 2000. All-Star Baseball 2001. Maybe even. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. It will only be one of them. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, they are off. Quite the boost in speed there. I see World Driver Championship. Potentially going to be the first down the hole. We'll have to wait and see though. Go ahead and get down here so we're not going all chaotic trying to follow them. They're spinning around, and it looks like it might be Hybrid Heaven, the first one down. And yes, Hybrid Heaven Off-Road Challenge. Mike Piazza Strike Zone, Blues Brothers, N64 as well. And Hybrid Heaven getting through a bit, but it's Mike Piazza Strike Zone with a commanding lead there, avoiding every obstacle beautifully, but a little out of control going into this boost. But sticks the landing, Mike Piazza Strike Zone. Now it is getting knocked back a bit. We got Blues Brothers on the bottom path, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege and Maju as well. And NFL Blitz coming through, and it's about to get chaotic. Will NFL Blitz stick the landing? No, NFL Blitz is gone. Cruising USA trying to make a play. Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest. No, Zelda is off the cliff as well. Who's going to stick the landing? We just got to see who's going to land in it. Who's it going to be? Oh, and it's Triple Play 2000. Oh, all that for that? Come on. I'm assuming it's a baseball game. Alright, Triple Play 2000, it has been decided. But yeah, if you're still here watching, you're awesome. Thank you so much. If you had a good time, consider hitting that like button, or maybe even dropping a subscription. Or hey, maybe even watch another one of these videos that's on screen now. And yeah, see you next time.